Hello everybody, it's me. You know who I am, but let me just bring this up first. I'm not a fanboy of any system, I just pick whichever system I feel like. And I'm going to say Microsoft won the E3. Maybe because they actually did something nobody expected. Show games. So let me start this off with the first thing. Sony. Sony's E3 was a big letdown. It's like all they showed were a flash drive worth of videos like that we're going to get uploaded to YouTube later of random games. So infamous trailer, Gran Turismo, because there were already like 5 or 6 car games shown before it in E3, and there was some sports game trailer, NBA 2K13, along with some random indie games, some of which were so bland the audience didn't even seem to care that they were looking at it. They were like, here's random indie game trailer. They were like, and then nobody's caring for this thing, but the only thing that caused people to cheer was Sony announcing that this can play back used games. That's right. This E3 proved a point I've said on message boards and other stuff. Gaming is no longer about playing games. It's about arguing over games. Because let's face it, with the E3, the Xbox One, they announced a ton of new IPs, stuff people were asking for. They announced new IPs. All these people are like, it's just shooters. Then Nintendo comes out and everybody's like, Nintendo won E3. Just because of Mega Man. Just because of a dead video game character being in a certain game, they say they won E3. But back to Sony. All they did was announce that you're going to be able to play back used games on this. Made some joke videos about it. And then they don't tell you that, well, the online is now going to be paid. You know, like how on the PS3 it was free. It's just going to be like it was on the 360. You're going to pay so much a month just to play online. People are saying, oh, but you get free games. Microsoft also announced free games. In other words, what's the difference between them now? I mean, all I see is 2 different systems, which are basically, it's like apples and oranges. Just one is costs more and blocks used games, but so does the PC. And they even look similar. That was just a big letdown of a trailer, in my opinion. So let's get to Microsoft. Microsoft did what I didn't expect them to do. They actually showed a ton of games. They had new IPs, new games, new all this stuff. They took all these games, put them on them. They had new IPs. They had Titanfall. Looks amazing. I'm going to get it. Games that they had exclusivity deals which weren't on PS4. Not timed, actually exclusive. And you know what? In my opinion, I'm probably going to buy an Xbox One at this point. I'm actually surprised too, but in the end, I'm just going to wait and see. The main problem with both of those systems is they're extremely expensive, $400, $500, ton of money, so I'm just going to have to wait and see what happens with both. And in the end, the Xbox had more games that were compelling though, so I'll probably get both of them, in my opinion. What I'm not going to get, though, is the Wii U. The Wii U pretty much proved my point. If the audience just somehow jumping up at the Sony E3 for the used game stuff, what proves my point even more is the fact that, well, Nintendo didn't show anything. What did they show? The stuff we expected. They didn't show new game series that anybody asked for. No. All they showed was Mario Kart 8. Yeah, they've made 8 of them already. They've showed some new Mario game. I forget the name of it. Stuff from Pokemon X and Y, which is a terrible idea. They shouldn't have even made it. It's looking crap. It's like, what? The character designs are just DeviantArt recolors, and the new features is sitting on benches and stuff like some happiness system. I don't want that. They should just hand Pokemon over to a developer who knows what they're doing, like Bethesda, Atlas, BioWare, some good developer who can actually make RPGs and not just disposable ones like the Pokemon franchise, which it's got a good concept and they're just wasting it. But let's get back on topic. Nintendo just confirmed a few things. Mario Kart this, Mario this, casual games, and instead of doing it in a crowd where you've got the atmosphere, you've just got some guy against a white background rambling in broken English about how this is the best game system ever. We have games like Mario, and Smash Brothers. That's right, it seems like all people need to do to buy a system is slap one game on it. Like, about Smash Brothers, you know I said gamers care more about features, like gamers making a big deal over how the Xbox One blocks use games that the PS4 doesn't, despite the fact that the platform many of them use, Steam, has been doing it since 2004 on retail games. People say it's digital only, but it actually does apply to retail PC games. And it like, say, Half-Life 2 or BioShock Infinite or newer Call of Duties. If you get one of those games and put them in, or many more, it'll have Steamworks, and it basically won't let you play until you put your Steam key in and log into Steam. It's no different than the Xbox One's use game thing, and if anything, it's far more restrictive because you can't even give the games to like your Xbox Live friends. In other words, it's even worse than the Xbox One. But let's talk about something else. I mean, not only that, but the Xbox One does have a few features Steam had, such as being able to play your games on any Xbox One, but of course, any advantage isn't bad because you can't do used games, despite the fact that iTunes blocked used music, and movie downloading services like iTunes blocked used CDs and nobody, or used DVDs, and nobody seemed to make a big deal over it. But the thing that proves my point the most is Smash Brothers. You see, all you need to know is that gamers were like, oh my god, let's make a sticky on a certain message board about how Mega Man is in Smash Brothers. People care more about a game character being in a video game than actually having games to play. I don't know what to say to that anymore. It's like, oh my god, there's a game character in some extra crossover game, and yet I showed this to some friends. Not only were they cringing, because the battle system looked exactly the same as on the GameCube, but, like, literally they didn't change anything. They just added Mega Man in it, and everybody makes a big deal over it. Is this what gaming's come to? Is it come to where people will just play their games and stuff, where they just want to play games? I mean, I've got my Vita. Sure, people say it's got no games, but then again, look at the 3DS. I'd rather have quality over quantity. I own a Vita and stuff. I'm not a fanboy of anybody, but the 3DS, it's got nothing compelling on it. There's only like Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Soul Hackers, and that's the thing with the C3. I just want to play video games. I don't really care for characters being in video games. I just want to play video games. It's as simple as that. And the Xbox One had more games shown than the other systems. But let me just, I mean, you can go ahead and post a comment on how it's going to fail. If everything failed by internet logic, people wouldn't be carrying iPhones. And let me just bring up the last thing I'm going to mention. Here's one last thing I thought I'd bring up. Pokemon X and Y. All I've seen from it is disappointments. I'm bringing this up one more time just because it pisses me off. That in itself is another announcement I thought I'd bring up, and the character designs look like came straight out of DeviantArt. It's like they literally went Control-C, Control-V, DeviantArt. I mean, the colors of it look like copy-pastes. They have a similar body, like that one birth thing or whatever, has a similar body type to that one over-glorified Y Pokemon. Yes, they're getting that lazy nowadays. And if you thought Generation 5 had bad designs, Generation 6 somehow can actually make 5 look halfway decent. In other words, Pokemon is dying, and X and Y and stuff is just furthering the death of it. In other words, save your money and don't buy the Wii U, don't buy X and Y. Save your money up, get a PS4 or Xbox One, whichever one you feel more comfortable with, because they're going to have the same games mostly. Just, in my opinion, Xbox One's got more exclusives, but considering now used games is a big deal, considering Steam's been doing it since '04. I thought I might as well mention that, yeah, either way, don't get a Wii U. Wii U is just the saddest out of them all. All they're just making are the same games you've played many times, and if you really want to play the same games that you've played many times, then, I mean, sure, and just because another company does it doesn't mean it's okay for Nintendo to. Nintendo needs to get out of the past and start making good games. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more. And honestly, I don't know what to say about gamers anymore. Bye.